Hi, it's Jess here from Nigezza Creates. So I'm going to bring you a quick project. I feel that I've been making 2 journals for 2 weeks. Well, I have been making 2 journals for 2 weeks. So I wanted to just do a little bit something different. So I treated myself to Tracie Fox compendium adverts. That's like a 6th compendium set. I think I've got 4 of them. In it were these Paperclip slips, and I thought I'd give them a go. I have made one somewhere. I'm not quite sure what I've done with it. Oh, I think I've put it in with my paper clips. Yeah, I have. So I made one following her dimensions. So there we go. So I made one here with a little dangly dangle. I did it whilst I was making my journal here, but I didn't use it in the end because it sticks out and it wasn't what I wanted. So I did make it to think that I could have used it like there instead of the paperclip I did use, but then it stuck out too much and it isn't what I wanted. I could have put it at the top. That wouldn't have been quite so bad. You can attach it either way, but it would have stuck up at the top. But in the end, I decided I didn't want to. That was what I decided in the end. But that's what they're for, to make these sort of covered paper clips, and they're designed around using, I think it's a 2-inch paper clip. Yeah, it's a 2-inch paper clip. Now, when Tracie originally made them, she gave the dimensions for cutting them yourself. And then some people asked her if she could do them so you cut them out and do them yourself. And that's what she did. So I have done them myself with just using her measurements. But I thought, let's see how quick and easy we can do them with these. Sometimes you just want something really quick and really easy. Now I made this one, which goes back to it again, with some digitals that I'd printed, and I just found that a little bit wobbly. So I have printed it twice. So one's on 200 and one's on 120, which is what this one is, I believe. So I thought I'd just see what it's like. Yeah, we'll get 2 out. What the difference is, really, that is what I was sort of going for. So these need cutting out. So this is navigator paper, so this is the presentation paper, and the other one is their sort of thin card that they do. It's quite a nice smooth finish as well, and I printed using the sort of photo fine setting to give the best sort of print that I could. Doing this blind, I'm not doing this with my trimmer. There we go. So that's them. So I'm just going to use my little scoreboard here. You don't have to use a scoreboard, but I just want to, I'm going to go down here where I've done a line. I just want to score down there where this is going to be folded in half, just so it makes it a little bit easier. There we go. That is more or less done. Bit more less than more, to be fair. There we are. There we go. There's that one. That's this one of this. So we're going to go down here. Fold that one in half. Done that one much better. Just to prove it is quite easy to do. But you could, if you don't got a scoreboard, you could just fold down there. Without a scoreboard. You can use a ruler as well. If you haven't got a scoreboard, you could get a little ruler. And what I do is just go along. It's probably easier, in fact. And I just fold it up like that. And then, of course, I do actually want it to go the other way. But as I wanted to see where I was folding, I did it that way. And then we just, oh dear, oh dear. Didn't actually do that well. You can do it with a ruler. If you just use your ruler a bit better than I just did. Oh my days. Some days everything goes right and some days everything goes wrong. There. Got ya. You little blighter. There we go. That'll do. It won't do, Jez. It really actually won't do. Let's get them two together. Get you done. There. There we are. That'll do. Yeah. That was more of a hindrance than a help, I have to say. Right, I'm going to get my little small corner rounder around these corners. Right, so you've got a long end and a short end. It's just the same as you have with a paper clip, a long end and a short end. Now, I'm going to ink because that's how I roll. I like all my edges inked. Tracie even machined round hers. I'm just looking towards my sewing machine. Yeah, it's not happening today. Piled high with goodness only knows what. So we are not sewing today. So we just want to ink around that outside there, not ink, glue around that outside there, leaving that open because we are going to want to put our paper clip down it. Okay, so bit of glue, glue of choice. This is my glue of choice. I seem to have thrown, not using it for 3 days, decided to clog up. Let's grab my art glitter. There we go. Just round the edges. stick it down. Same on this one, just round the edges. Stick it down. So we've now got two, like so. So we stick the long end inside that one, stick it down, all the way down like so. And then we take the short end and that will go all the way up the outside, and then these two meet there. And they get glued together. So I'll just put glue on this. And that is them. That's them poked together. These ones exactly the same. I'll just quickly do these. There we go. And then Tracie put an eyelet in so you could have a dangle to make it, it could be, you know, used in your journal for holding things on, or, you know, putting the tab in. Right. Just go in, eyeball. That'll do nicely. That one. That'll do nicely. Now we'll get our eyelets. Now I'm going to attempt to put the little discs on the back. There we go. They come with these discs, so I'm going to use them. I'm going to put my glasses on. So go in there, put the disc on the back, the right way around. It's kind of a right way and a wrong way. Oh, now I've got this set for smaller ones. So there we go. We'll have the bigger one, which is A. And do one. I think that's right. So put that through there and give it a squeeze. And then that looks slightly neater. I mean, it's not brilliant. It's not completely covered it, but I think that's how you use them. I could be wrong in the way I'm doing this. So that's that. And then Tracie put a dangle on. Now you can see that's the card and that's the paper. It's a little bit more doing that with the paper. That one is a little bit more firmer, so I prefer it with the card personally. So ball pins, there we go. shove a pole pin in there, and then that's ready to hang whatever off. Or you could use a large jump ring. I don't have large jump rings, I only have small jump rings. But that's that, and then you can just get charms here, all sorts of charms. I prefer them when they're a little bit more antique-y looking. And I kind of coloured them myself with to make them look like that. I just used alcohol inks. I can go around there like so. And then you've got a little dangle. We can, if we move this around a little bit, yeah, there we go. That's our wee dangle. Let's find another one. Oh, I've got an Eiffel Tower here. We are going to go and visit Paris this summer, so there we go. Shove an Eiffel Tower on it, and that would look good on the page where I'm going to journal about that. So that is a quick little video. Tracie's done one, could check hers out, but I was just trying these slips myself to see what they would look like. And as I say, you would just put it on a journal page to hold something in place. So if that didn't have a pocket, that could go around like that and hold it in place. So that's that, and I am going to, you could add words to it as well. You don't just have to have it like that. We could add some journaling words. I've got some journaling words here. What's that? No, that's a number, Jez. It's not a word. It's a number. I was just looking at the gubbins on my desk. That might be helpful. No, they're all numbers, Jez. But you could, oh look, there's Paris. I mean, it's the wrong colour. But I could put a little Paris on there because I've got an Eiffel Tower. Add numbers, whatever you wanted to decorate further. So yeah, just a few little ideas for making something quick and easy. You can make these without the little slips, and Tracie's got the measurements. I did write them down somewhere. Paper slips, yeah. So they are 1.5 by 3/4, and can't even speak. 1.5 by 2 3/4, and 1.5 by 2 3/8. You score at 3/4 to get them in half, and then you cut the top off one side by 5/8 of an inch. That is how you can do it yourself. So just to demonstrate, I have cut there 2 3/4 by 1.5, and this one is 1.5 by 2 3/8, and I've cut myself a little 5/8 by 3/8 little strip there. So we're going to score these down the centre at 3/4, which is there. So that will be them nicely going in half. Like so. That one going in half like so. That's what we need for that. And then you need to cut 5/8. So I've made it the same width. We just want to cut 5/8 of an inch off. Like so. And that gives you that one. Do the same with the other. Five-eighths of an inch down. Don't know what 5/8 of an inch is. It's just over the half. So if you've got your ruler, that's your halfway point, and that's your 5. So you've got 8/8 in a ruler. So half is 4/8, then you go over one more to get your 5/8. Going to round my corners. And that you can see how they are the same as what we had before. And then, like before, we're just going to glue them in place. So this is Stampin Up DSP. So this is about 160 GSM. So it's thicker than my copier paper, but not my copier paper, you know, presentation paper, but not as thick as the thin card I used. Going to give it a bit of an ink. So stick that down there. Stick that up there. And they should fit together nicely, like before. Give them a glue down. There we go, and that is that one done. And then I am gonna give this a bit of a decoration. Got a little one of them. Stick that on. I would like to decorate both sides. I hadn't planned to do this bit, so there we go. Put that one on. And then I'm just going to do an eyelet like before. So that's that one. So that's how you do it yourself, and that's how you use the paper slips. I am going to finish off this video. So I did a video on making these. I hadn't finished it. I went away for a bank holiday weekend and was freeing up space on my phone. Found the video for this. So yeah, I just thought I'd finish it off. So I'd done a bit of decorating to them, and I made my own little dangle, and that's what I thought I'd show you my little stamp dangles that I did, my little bit of decorating front and back. That one, I felt that these little blue things need a little bit of something extra, and I just put a little wooden bead on it to finish that one off. This one I didn't put very much, just a word or a number and a little bit of, it's this special tissue that I got from a charity shop. It's like what patterns are made of. And then that one is another stamp, and then just a little tiny teeny cluster that I put on it. I'm going to leave some blank because they need decorating for whatever project they're going into. But I thought I'd do these. So I have prepared, but I thought I'd show you what I did. So I got this. The actual punch bit is bigger than what's there. £3. I got it from a charity shop. I don't think I've done the haul video yet for this one, but yeah, it's got stamp. Oh yeah, I was thinking my sister calls these stamps and they're punches. It's because she likes stamps with them, but I've just realized no, she wasn't making the same mistake. She's written stamp on it because it is a stamp, so that probably sat on a shelf like that for her to look at. So there we go. So it's a nice shape. I've got quite a few postage stamp punches, but they're all sort of different sizes. So this one is very, very like the size of a normal stamp. I've got one that's a big rectangle and one that's a square that's quite big, but these are like the size of sort of everyday stamps. So I've picked out some stamps to sort of go on them, and they do fit on these quite well. That one goes the other way, and that one goes like so. So that was cool. Let's move all the other gubbins out of the way. So I might just ink them a bit because that's how I roll. So that's quite light. I have got oodles of stamps, and I'm using real stamps and not a digital because I'm going to put some crystal effects, glossy accent type things on them, and and I'm not sure if they would run if I did them on a digital. So that's what I thought, and I like using real ephemera anyway. Right, I'll just speed the rest of this up. So that's them inked. So now we're just going to stick the stamps down, just using my collard glue. Use any glue you want, but this is my glue of choice. I like the way they just sit inside the punch out. I was so excited when I found this punch. It was like somebody had either given up crafting, maybe got too poorly to craft, maybe passed away, and yeah, I have given them a good home. There was so much, absolutely loads of it, so it was very exciting. And it reminded me of that. It's a meme. It's like, I have this fear of when I die, my husband will sell all my crafting stuff for what I told him I paid. Not what I actually paid. Oh, made me laugh. I think my sisters and my niece will be inheriting my craft supplies. If they're watching this, they're probably rubbing their hands together. I just imagine them descending on my craft room and being like the two ugly sisters in the Cinderella Disney film, like arguing over bits. That's mine, that's mine, I saw it first. And it breaking in half. Bless them. There. So that is that. And then at this stage, I put the eyelet in, and I'm going to use the smallest. Ooh, crash bangy wallop. Using the smallest one, and depending on whether it's going on the left hand side or the right hand side, kind of depends on where I put the holes. So I'm going to do some on one side and some on another. So we'll have that one on that side. I did actually think this blue one might do that, so I can change my mind if I want to. I'm going to do those on that side. I went for the grey one for that, so you can go on that side, and that one is the green one, so you need to go on that side. There we go. So that's kind of important to sort of have that little thought of where do I need the eyelet to be. And then I'm just going to grab the eyelets. So I do have different coloured ones. Oh, I've got a blue one there. So you can have a little, and that one can have a blue one. You can have that reddish one. Sort of got you can have that one, which is sort of blackish, I think. And you can have that one, it's a sort of a browny grey. I think that'll work. So there we go. And then I just need to change this to the little one. I never remember what number I put the little one on. I'm putting it on 3. C and 3 sounds about right. 3rd letter of the alphabet, 3rd number. Just give it a squeeze. Okay, I'm not sure if 3 was correct. What would be the alternative? 2. Shall we try it in 2? I think they're maybe got different ones for different style of eyelets. I don't know. I might read the instructions one day. Oh, that doesn't feel right. No, that didn't feel right. Well, we'll move that again. That's better. We'll stick to that one. And these could be dangles for anything, you know, doesn't have to be for this project, but I just think they're quite cute. There we go. So that's that bit done. And then I got Crystal Effects. I am going to use my little mat here, because you then have to leave it so you won't actually see the finished product, because, well, you can see them there, but there are quite a few different glossy accents is another that you can do this with. I find that it takes quite a while to squeeze it, and then once it's out, it's pretty good. I did take a pin and give it a good little shove down. I've had this one ages. You can tell that's the old Stampin' Up packaging. I think there was a blob at the end there, and they haven't sold it for a long time. But as you can see, it's still going strong. So I think the important thing is to put your eyelet in first, because I just think it works better than trying to do one afterwards. So after the initial squeeze, I'm just now using my spout to move it about. Using my spout to move it about. There we go. And there it is. Focus, focus. Do you know, I'm saying focus. It's me with my glasses on. That's why it's a bit out of focus, I think. There we go. And that is what I do. And I just leave it overnight. I have to physically put it in another room, because if I see it, I'll be like forever touching it to see if it's dry. And one of them has got a bit of a fingerprint on them where I did that. So I will take this and I'll put it on the windowsill in my bedroom where the sun is currently shining in, and that will probably help it dry a bit quicker. It's really nice to have all these stamps from different places. So it's just quite a cute little thing. You could make up loads and have them ready. And if you haven't got a punch like I've got, oh, for goodness sake, Jess. If you haven't got a punch like I've got, then you can use something else. Just put that back on. You can use, I've got these thinning scissors, so you could cut yourself a square or a little rectangle with one of these to give yourself that sort of similar shape. I'll keep that, I'll use that. So yeah, always ways round, always ways round. So I am just gonna move these out the way. There we are, properly gone out of harm's way, so I can't touch them. And then I just made some little clusters out of things that were just sort of left on my desk, just to give them a little bit of a decoration. Where's the other one gone? Oh, it's that one. That one's not decorated. Right, so I sort of put a bit on each side. So this one's got a little bit of flowers. So I kind of picked out some different colours. So these are little offcuts from stamps. So in a previous project, I cut the stamps down, and so I left with these little offcuts, which of course I did not throw away. So I thought they'll come in handy for something. I've got these tiny little words from another set. Oh, I wondered why me. And I got half a button there, so I put the other half on the back of that one. Thought it was cute. Cute, cute, cute. So some things I felt didn't need very, very much. So I quite like that grey over there. So might put a little button on there because she's got a dress. So just going to stick it down. Just wanted to show you a different way of, well, not a different way, but how I sort of thought about decorating. It's not necessary. Shall we have, don't want special day. Cut them all up ready to use, and then it's like, nah, don't like it. I might have seven notes. Notes. Make little notes about whatever. Give it a little bit of an ink. Stick that on top. Of course, you don't have to do this bit of decoration. I just like to. I'm just like, no wonder journals take me so long. I'm like, I'm all about all the extra bits. So that'll look cute once that stamp's on there. And that's quite nice on the other side, actually. I was going to put that on there. Do I need it? Well, you've done it now, Jez. Let's just put it on. So that was a little bit of a stamp and a little bit of a die cut there. And then it makes the back just as pretty. You'll have the back of the stamp, so like if you look on here, you've got the back of the stamp, which you could decorate, I guess, but you've got a little bit of decoration on there. So that's that. Shall we have dreams? Dreams, and really it wants a bit of green. Or I could just use a bit of this. Yeah, we'll just use a bit of this. That'll do. Sometimes I deliberate forever, and then sometimes I just go, yeah, that'll do. Like so. Before I stick that on, I'm going to just give a little bit of an inky binky. I'll stick it on. My fingers are a right mess. You have to excuse them, but I've just been doing so much inking. There. Dreams. Shoes are dreams. I love shoes. I used to have so many shoes. Ed used to call me Imelda Marcus. But sadly, since having rheumatoid arthritis, I can't wear half the shoes that I used to wear. I have to wear special shoes that are comfy, that allow for swelling. And yeah, so I still dream of nice shoes but can't wear them. So there we go. That is just how I just sort of added bits and bobs to decorate them. And then these are the lovely stamps, sort of dangles that I made. So yeah, I think these are a superb idea. So they're waiting for the stamps. They're gonna be decorated as and when I need to use them. So yeah, just my little ideas for Tracie's paperclip slips. So there. hope you like that. And don't forget to give me a like and subscribe and a comment. It really, really, really does help YouTube channels to get seen by other people. And yeah, so I would really, really, really appreciate if you did that for me. Okay, bye for now.